Review aside, let's get into this. What we really need to talk about, which is the Kendrick Lamar diss, man. So the floor is yours, y'all boys. Kendrick Lamar talked that shit on a track called Like That. Who was making no? That's the one thing I like about Kendrick, man. He ain't gonna do no subliminals, bro. Oh. You gonna know exactly who the fuck he's talking
he
about.
He calling you out, man. You goofies with a check. Yeah, that nigga said he on a walking stick, but you ain't no Andre 3K. Fuck the big three, man. It's just the big me.
Yes.
Oof, man. Yes, that nigga, man. Listen, man.
I got for all your dogs. I got a K with a 9 Pet Cemetery, man.
Man, Kendrick came out, man, shooting the AK, bro.
Shooting the AK. So this is my thing, though. I have two point of views. They may be opposing, they may not. We'll see once I get them off. So on one hand, I love what the fuck this nigga did. Because the discussion around this has been for 72 hours. Niggas are still online talking about it, bro. This has inspired passion debates between 3 different fan bases, dog. The Drake fans are going at the Kendrick fans. The Kendrick fans are going at the J.Cole fans. The J.Cole fans are going back at the Kendrick fans, bro. It is, and then there's a Venn diagram of the niggas who like all 3. Like, hey, well, I kind of like this. Nah, shut up, nigga. Shut
Pick
up,
a side,
nigga.
bitch.
Pick a side, bitch. Fuck all that kumbaya shit. This made me realize what we have been missing. This is a sport. Niggas are talking about this on podcasts. Niggas are breaking it down like nigga just dropped 34, 5 points, dog. Mm-hmm. Like having real discussions around it. That's what hip hop was supposed to be. That's what hip hop is supposed to be. A lot of these new niggas who, like Gerson mentioned before, who are just in it for a check, lost the purity of what is behind this. It is a competitive sport. And I think that's why we came up with the last superstars of that era. Because the niggas that we came up with wanted to compete. At the end of the day, star aside, fame aside, money aside, there is a competition that drove the people that we followed, and they are still here 10 years later, still competing, because it has never been decided who was actually the best out of these 3 niggas. And the older they've gotten, the more that relationship has strained, because it's never been decided who is the best of these 3 niggas. And I love it, dog.
Yep.
I love it. I can't wait for what J.Cole has to say. I can't wait for what...
You know Drake ain't got to say shit.
Drake always saying something. The problem is he's going to say it on the fucking album. It's going to be... That nigga's always talking, bro.
No, he's always talking, but we for sure know that Kendrick has always been looking at that nigga, throwing shots at that nigga, being very, open about it. Like, this nigga, you think he the best? He ain't. You know what I'm saying? Blah, blah, blah.
Prince outlived Mike Jack.
Yeah. That's a crazy bar. That's a crazy bar.
Man, Kendrick came with just straight shots, bro.
That's a crazy bar. That's wild.
Yeah. Hey, but it's always been serious. It's always been straightforward. And it's just funny because he just kind of always overlooked J. Cole. J. Cole has always been the smallest of these 3. But, lyrically and making music-wise, I feel like they all the same, but it's just more like...
what flavor do you like? That's how I look at it.
It ain't even that, because you right, but it's kind of like Drake just always been the popular nigga, bro. So, in my eyes, there's nothing you could do to beat him over popularity. But can you outright this nigga and make him look cooked? As good as he is, there ain't nothing that to tell me he can fucking flame both of these niggas. And him and J. Cole are like best friends now, so I don't understand when this happened, but it is what it is. But, like, oh, man, I would love to see Drake and Kendrick go at it. I don't want J. Cole to get into anything, but it looked like he's just stepping in, bro. And I don't like that, man. It make him look like he's Drake's little brother,
you know
dog.
Hey, but all the comments, it should be funny. Like, niggas talk about, so, man, now J. Cole racing to the studio looking homeless. ready to hit a bar at 80 miles an hour on his bike.
But
That shit
this is
cracks me up.
this is the opposite end of that. As much
Hey,
as I
wait,
love,
maybe he could drive a car now because Diddy's off the streets, though.
yeah, man, the diddler, dog, the diddler. I love how that always makes Rod laugh when I call Diddley the diddler, dog.
The diddler.
the diddler. But this is the opposite and opposing view of this. I don't like when this nigga does this specifically because, nigga, you can't throw these napalms out and then go not come out for another 5 years, my nigga.
Hey, man, listen.
I need to hear more, bruh.
Nah.
Kendrick is a fucking meerkat, man.
I think if Drake ever actually respond, it would be, "Oh, I'm coming back for your ass." I think it's that, but I think it's only that. Like, I don't think J. Cole could get him out there, no matter how good.
No. What I'm saying is, I don't like the aspect of doing this with no intention of dropping more verses. I don't want to be in a position.
He will, though.
I hope so. I hope
if he get a response. I just dropped it.
But he's never been a person that's just going to drop a song.
And also,
it's always going to be in regards to a rollout. If there's an album coming, you feel me? Like, he's not just going to hear what J. Cole said, hear what Drake said, and then come out with a track. There has to be a song or an album coming behind it.
I heard apparently where he was at, the record label he was at, DTP.
No, DTE. He's off that label. That's why the last album was a double album.
But my point is, they made they were part of his 5-year wait. Maybe more now. Maybe now we may hear him more consistently. Maybe he'll drop more frequently or freely. Maybe it was a record deal thing that he couldn't drop. They're very artistic over it. You know what I'm saying? And they make everybody follow that same game plan of waiting a while until you drop off. Apparently, Sir dropped the album. I looked at it. I ain't check it yet, but it's from what I can hear, it sounds great. So like, that's just how they do music, man. You ain't dropping for a year or two. Can't get mad at that.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is I don't want to wait a year or 2 years from a response, bro. Like, if you not gonna do it with the intention of being ready to have some shit in the fucking chamber, because I know he does have a most likely gonna have an album with his little cousin, Baby King, or whatever. They had a single that came out, which I love, but I'm pretty sure they're probably like, okay, they're gonna start dropping that shit soon. So I assume that there's gonna be some bars and there's gonna be some rapping behind this, but don't just do it if you have no intention of rapping for another 5 years, dog.
Nah. I feel like he's waiting for him. He's on that shit. He gotta be on their ass, especially if Drake speak, because that's who he been wanting. So, like, I wouldn't put anything against it or nothing like that. Like, I truly believe he's here to bust niggas' heads off. That's what he want. He's like, ain't no big three. It's just big me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's where Drake. I think everything was for Drake, but that was to say, hey, you too, little nigga, fuck you too, nigga.
Yeah.
In regards to Cole,
J. Cole caught a stray, bro. He caught a stray. He caught a couple strays.
And that nigga better rap, nigga, because you can't catch a stray and then not go rap, bro. Like, I know J. Cole's gonna rap. I know that. But I meant to say, you can't drop a stray and not go rap, dog. You can't open up the fucking clip and say Prince outlived Mike, dog, and not go rap behind that, bro.
Right.
I need you to rap behind that, sir.